So good evening students. So this is the continuation of previous presentation. So today we learn the remaining part of the last chapter, that is future of industry 4.0. The next point is predictive maintenance for industry 4.0. So what is predictive maintenance? So predictive maintenance is a technique that uses condition monitoring tool. What it is? That uses condition monitoring tool and also to track the performance of equipment during the normal operation. So what it means? Okay, this technique uses what? Condition monitoring tool. Means in a normal operation, okay, it observes the things, it calculates the things, it analyzes things, by which or the result of that, okay, we can use for a maintenance. That is a predictive maintenance. But to detect, for what purpose we are using this technique? Okay, to detect the possible defect and those defect, okay, to fix before they result in a failure. That is what the predictive maintenance. So in industry 4.0 or with the help of the internet or different the electronic devices, okay, how it is possible, right? So here, as per your syllabus, the point, okay, which I mentioned in the syllabus, that predictive maintenance for industry 4.0, right? So here, okay, we can normally explain this as it is. Okay, it is a method of preventing asset failure. Asset means the total asset, the total things, okay, which are present in the any manufacturing system, right? It is a method of preventing asset failure by analyzing production data to identify patterns and predict issues. Predict what? Predict issues before they happen. Understood? So implementing industrial IoT technologies, what it means? Okay, means for the predictive maintenance, okay, when we are implementing the things, electronic things, okay, so what will be the results, or so what actually we are going to do there? Okay, so to monitor asset health, okay, to optimize maintenance schedule, then gaining real-time alerts to operational risk. What it is? Gaining real-time alerts to operational risk, then allows manufacturers to lower service cost, maximum uptime, improve production throughput or output, etc., etc. So see, listen here. You know the different types of systems, right? There are two kinds of system. One is open system, another one is a closed system. Where the closed system is coming with the feedback. So feedback in the sense what? Okay, we are measuring the output, and that output, okay, we are comparing with the standard values or standard measures. If there is a difference, then we are changing what? The input. Here also, okay, means here, okay, the predictive maintenance means, okay, here we are measuring the output results. Understood? Means once we know the output result, according to that, okay, we can plan. If anything is coming different, then we can rectify it and we can achieve the required output and all. Understood? So here the next slide, okay, it is about, okay, how this predictive maintenance works, right? Or what the things helps to do the predictive maintenance, right? So here, okay, some what the things, okay, which are given in the slide, the sensors, okay, which are very much necessary for this kind of work. Then data communication, central data store, predictive analytics, and root cause analysis. So what the sensors does? Okay, those sensors are collecting the data, okay, which are installed in the physical product or machine. For example, robot. Okay, means in robotics, or we have studied the different kind of sensor, touch sensor, non-touch sensor, etc., etc. Okay, means the sensors collecting the data, okay, which are already installed on the product or a machine, and that data, okay, we can use for our maintenance work. Then data communication. Here the communication system that allows data to securely flow between the monitored asset and the central data store. So what is the central data store? Okay, it is the hub. It is the hub in which asset data and business data are stored, then processed and analyzed either on premise or on cloud. Understood? That is what the central data store means. It is a data of asset as well as business. Then predictive analytics. So analysis is always required, right? So what it is? Okay, it is the algorithms applied to the aggregated data to recognize patterns and generate insights in the form of dashboard and alerts. Understood? And finally, the root cause analysis, right? So data analysis tools used by maintenance and process engineers to investigate the insights and determine the corrective action to be performed. Understood? Okay, so in this manner, the predictive maintenance works here. The next point of this chapter is what? Supply chain optimization. So before going to know about the supply chain optimization, means what is supply chain optimization? Okay, we should know what is supply chain. It's a simple. Okay, in any business or finance, means a product oriented the industry or service oriented industry. Supply chain is a system. It is what? Supply chain is a system of organization, any kind of organization it is, okay, where the people, then activities, information and resources involved in supplying a product or service to the customer. Understood? So supply chain activities involve the transformation of natural resources, raw materials and components into a finished product that is delivered to the end customer. It's very simple, right? So next, okay, we'll come to what is supply chain optimization. So it is the application of processes and tools. What it is? It is application of processes and tools to ensure the optimal operation of a manufacturing and distribution. Understood? What it is? It's the optimal operation of what? Manufacturing and distribution. This includes the optimal placement of inventory. This point is very important. Inventory. Okay, in last class, okay, we have discussed about the inventory. What is inventory? Right, it is related to the store where we are maintaining a minimum material, right? Means in any condition, okay, we can easily run our business, right? That is what the simplification of inventory, right? So here this includes the optimal placement of inventory within the supply chain, which minimizing operating cost including the manufacturing cost, obviously, right? Then transportation cost and distribution cost, right? The process often involves the application of mathematical modeling technique using the computer software. Okay, so one of the chapter you have learned in the our subject, that is operation research transportation, right? So there are some formulas by which, okay, we can easily solve the different condition. That is what the optimization. Supply chain optimization is often considered to be a part of supply chain engineering, although the latter is mainly focused on mathematical modeling based approaches, whereas supply chain optimization can also be done using qualitative management based approaches. Understood? Then the last part of this chapter is what? Cyber physical manufacturing system. Cyber physical manufacturing system. So normally we can call as a cyber security, right? So what is the cyber manufacturing system? Right, it is a concept derived from cyber physical system that Okay, this concept, okay, that refers to the modern manufacturing system. It offers an information transparent environment to facilitate asset management, provide reconfigurability and maintain the productivity. So this cyber physical system, okay, are integration of computation. Okay, this you can consider as a definition. Okay, what it is or this is the integration of computation, networking and physical processes, right? So networking means all the devices are connected with each other, means there is a network, right? Here physical process means the physical body, for example one of the machine, okay, which is having or which is performing one of the process, right? And that is when that is connected with another devices, obviously there is a network and computation, right? Here it is what the cyber physical system means. Okay, this is the integration of computation, networking and physical processes. Embedded computers and networks monitor and control the physical process, okay, with feedback loops where physical process affect the computation and vice versa. It is very simple, right? So what is the cyber physical system security? Okay, which includes a smart network system with embedded sensors, processors and actuators that sense and interact with the physical world and support real-time guaranteed performance in safety critical applications. Understood? Means often when there is a, okay, in that means the cyber physical system, okay, when there is the feedback system, right, that we can call as a cyber physical system security, because with that feedback, okay, we can control, we can manage the different things. Okay, so here one more interesting or the best point, okay, which is which you have to consider here. Okay, compared with the conventional system, that is what experience based management. Experience based management, what it is means according to the experience, work experience, okay, we are managing the things. Here, okay, with this cyber physical manufacturing system, okay, we can say the same management system, okay, as evidence based environment or evidence based management, okay, to keep the equipment's users aware of the network asset status, transfer raw data into possible risk and actionable information. Understood? Experience based management and evidence based environment or management. So this is the end of the last chapter. If you have any extra information, then better you have to share in the group, and if you have any doubt, right, then you can ask with any source. Okay, you can mail me, means you have to put the email, otherwise put a WhatsApp message, or directly you can call, right? So have a good day, stay home and stay safe.